The first component I want to talk about is the monitor. The monitor shows us visually what's going on inside that computer. So if we're writing a letter or playing a game, we're going to see that letter or we're going to see that game on our monitor screen. The monitor is very similar to a television. It shows us visually what's happening. So as you can see, they're very, very important. Now, there's two basic types of monitors. There's a CRT monitor, also known as a traditional monitor. They're a little bit older in style, and they're bigger, they're bulkier, they look like television sets. The other type of monitor that you can get today is an LCD monitor. Those are newer, they're flatter, and they're skinnier. They don't have any depth to them, so they take up a lot less room on your computer desk. So they're very nice. Now the difference between the CRT monitor, the big bulky ones, and the LCD monitors, the thin ones, is price. The traditional monitors or CRTs are going to cost a lot less than the brand new LCD monitors. The LCD monitor might have a clearer picture for you as well. They're newer, better technology. Now keep this in mind, whether you get a CRT, the traditional monitor, or the new LCD monitor, the bigger the screen, just like a television, the bigger the screen you get, the more expensive that monitor is going to be. Now monitors come in 15 inches, 17 inches, 19. I've even seen some 21-inch monitors. The 21-inch monitor is a lot more expensive than the 15-inch monitor. So when you're going to go to the computer store and pick out your computer, see which size you like. You're going to be looking at the computer screen every single time you use your computer. So it's very important to pick out a size that is easy on your eyes, that you're going to feel comfortable using. It's very important. Some people are comfortable with the 15-inch monitor. Some people are comfortable with a 21-inch monitor. All depends on preference. So go to the store, take a look at them, sit down on them. A lot of these computer stores, you can sit down and use the computers, use the monitors, see which one you like, and use that to determine what type of monitor you want. The next piece of equipment I would like to talk about is the keyboard. The keyboard works very similar to a typewriter. The typewriter you use to input information onto a piece of paper, to type a letter, to type up a resume. Well, now you use a keyboard to input information into the computer. So if you're typing up a letter or typing up a resume on your computer, you will use that keyboard. Now, if you know how to type on a typewriter, you're set to type on a keyboard. The keys are pretty much in the same places. Now we're going to discuss the keyboard in a lot more depth in Basic Computers Part 2. Today, I just want you to know that a keyboard is known as an input device, so we can type and enter information into that computer. A very important piece of equipment that I'd like to talk about next is the CD, or compact disc. A CD stores information. When you see a CD or a compact disc, what I want you to think of is a briefcase. What can you do with a briefcase? You can put information in that briefcase and take that information with you. A briefcase makes information portable. Same thing with a CD. We can put information on that CD and then take the CD with us. Now, what kind of information can you put on a CD? One, CDs are very popular for music. If you go to the music store, you can go get your Rolling Stones or your Beethoven or your Sinatra or whatever type of music you like, and that music's going to come on a CD. In addition to music, CDs also contain programs. Now when I say program, I mean anything that tells the computer what to do. So an example, if you go to the store and you buy a racing game for your computer, that racing game is a program. It's going to come on a CD. Or there's a program out there called TurboTax, which enables you to do your taxes real quickly on your computer. So when you go to the store, you're going to see all these brightly colored boxes that talk about TurboTax and racing games and everything. and you buy that box and you take that box home and you take all the wrapping off. The only thing that's going to be in there is a little booklet that has instructions and a CD. All the big box and all the wrapping is just promotional. It's marketing to get you to buy that product. All the information is actually on a small CD. So we know we can store music on these CDs. We can store games. We can store different types of programs. You can also store your own information. Say you want to store all your recipes, or you want to store pictures. Even if you want to store a movie, you can put that information onto CDs. So you can see that these CDs are very versatile. They hold a lot of information. They're very, very commonly used, and when you're using computers, you need to know how to use them. So how much information can a CD hold? A CD can hold about 750 megabytes of information. Now what the heck is a megabyte? A megabyte is a unit of measure. A megabyte can store a lot of information, and 750 megabytes can store a tremendous amount of information. So let's think of megabytes in a different way. A CD can hold about 30,000 pages of black and white text. That's a lot of information. If you put music on a CD can hold approximately 80 minutes of music. So as you can see, these CDs can hold a lot of information. Now when you hold a CD, so you don't ruin that information or lose that information that's stored on the CD, it's very important to hold that CD properly. When you hold a CD, you want to hold the CD around its edges. You'll notice that CDs have two different sides. A CD will normally have a side with a label on it, and the CD will have a very shiny side. You do not want to touch that shiny side, because if you touch the shiny side, you could get your fingerprints on it, you could smudge it with the oils of your fingers, or you could accidentally scratch that shiny side. And if you scratch or smudge this shiny side, the computer will no longer be able to read that information, and you may lose that information that's stored on the CD. So it is very important to understand how to hold the CD. Always keep your fingers around the edges. Or there's also a hole in the middle of the CD where you can conveniently put your finger. So that's the proper handling of a CD. Be very careful with these storage devices.